4th overall draft pick Ezekiel Elliott became victim of yet again another Snapchat / Tinder profile / Instagram Twitter post that basically is slept with a girl, fell asleep, girl takes picture, posts to social media, all hell breaks loose. Francis is going to go into a nice rant about this in just a second. But before we get to that real quick, Francis, let's run through some of the other cases in which this has happened. So first, here's the Ezekiel Elliott picture. This is element number 10, in which I believe this one went to Snapchat. It was a Snapchat, as you can tell by the top right little number in the corner. But from the weekend, Ezekiel Elliott caught in bed with Becky on the Snapchat.
I think the caption she had on it was fully descriptive, just in case anyone didn't get that she was in bed with a certain famous star. She wanted to make sure, so she posted new draft pick for Dallas Cowboys, Ezekiel Elliott. With, of course, love heart emojis, because that makes everything
from the Ohio State University, by the way. Yeah. That's where our good friend Drew Carter comes from. But he's not showing up in any of these Snapchat.
I hope not. Maybe he would. If he was drafted this day and age, he would. Maybe. He'd need to watch out, because it seems to be a phenomenon.
But let's go back in time. Let's turn the clock back to Julian Edelman, because this is where it really kind of started with this photo from. This is number 11. It's this nicely titled "Just Fucked Edelman, No Lie." That was her Tinder profile picture.
Oh, and by the way, great light at the end of the tunnel for this. I just read an article that this girl has been banned from Boston clubs for trying to embarrass and extort one of their hometown heroes, Julian Edelman.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll keep going. We'll continue with Jaromir Jagr, which he probably had the best case of this because she tried to extort him. She tried to blackmail him. And he just said, okay, I don't care. So he posted the photo himself, too.
Yeah, I remember seeing
which is awesome. Jaromir Jagr, which, again, by the way, hockey fan, playing in the league longer than I've been alive.
You remember everyone started posting pictures of, like, one posted a picture with a teddy bear, the other one posted a picture with the Jagr bottle. The best way to respond to such negativity is just to rip the piss right out of it. He just said, $2,000, I bet he probably thought, $2,000? I'm worth more than that. She asked him, he's like, just fucking do it at least.
All right, so Eli Apple, of course, the Giants' newest cornerback, which was drafted 10th overall in this year's draft. His mother had some interesting things to say via Twitter. Let's go to Mrs. Apple, which is element number 12. Praying for all the thirsty girls sliding in new NFL rookies' DMs with heavy boots and cleavage action pics. Only Jesus can quench your thirst.
Jesus.
Annie Apple, that's awesome.
So, how
is it that gets tweeted and in a week's time there's not one Eli Apple with girl shot?
I know, that would be amazing. I was planning on like just going on an outrageous rant just about this.
No, you're going to go on the rant.
I don't want to go.
I already said that you're going to go on a rant.
Okay, so this is what needs to be said on this, right? First things first. If this is a guy doing this, me or Jason just go on a quest to suddenly go around, maybe we try to sleep with Alex Morgan. We post a picture. Just slept with Alex Morgan, US women's national star. Lawsuits are getting hit me faster than John Jones's 1-2 punch combo. I am getting thrown under every bus. Everyone's like, you're a creep, you're a douchebag, you're an idiot. And I do admit that people are condemning these girls. They are condemning them. They're not just getting let off, but not to the extent that it should be, because it is a direct way of trying to claim any fame. Through what? Through posting a picture that states that you slept with someone, that you took advantage of the fact that they are potentially in a position where you can extort them and wait for them to fall asleep. It's disgusting. That's the only word I have to describe it, right? And the other thing I wanted to highlight where it is, some people maybe rub their own way here, right? But we are in a culture today, society today, where we are trying to push for women's empowerment. And I'm firmly behind it, trying to remove all the derogatory terms that are thrown towards women unjust. But then, and you look at this example, and I don't think that enough emphasis is brought up to highlight that this is just not acceptable. This is specifically a way to use their feminine beauty, everything that goes along with being a woman,
you don't have to be PC about it.
To get advantages over a man, to showcase that you slept with him. The caption on the latest one was even more frustrating than anything else. It was a description. It was a fucking description so that if someone saw it, they didn't just think that she was lying in bed with her boyfriend. No. I'm lying in bed with new draft pick. Dallas Cowboys fucking whatever Ezekiel Elliott, whatever position he plays. Right. So it's like, It's not even just to bypass the fact that maybe she's just with a man and she wants to showcase, which, by the way, let me go back to that. One night stands, anything else, that doesn't deserve any derogatory term. Women have every right to do what they want, because if a man was doing it and he didn't post a picture to try and get extorted a bit, they would be called, oh, you're a player, man, good job, you're getting girls on a one night stand. I'm not saying that it's right either way. Women have every right to do as they feel, but when you see these images come up, and all I can see is just articles saying, girl tries to extort man. I don't see any other articles coming up and saying that this is a disgrace, that basically this should not be done, and that people should be going out with messages to say, you know what, this is disgusting. This doesn't put you in a good light. This doesn't get you anywhere else in life other than the front pages of Deadspin, where people are saying that you look despicable. That's it.
I did find someone who agrees with you.
Who?
I mean, I agree with you also, but Kyle Long, who's an offensive lineman in the NFL, went on a Twitter rant as well. And it really wasn't so much a rant, it was more like the 6 rules to which you don't have this happen to you. So rule number 1, don't sleep over. That's a solid first rule. Nobody in our generation can be trusted. Everyone trying to use each other for gain. It's gross. It's not attractive, and it's not going to stop. I think he's right about that. Continuing on to the next slide. As an athlete, I'm merely a trophy on the wall of an average female. It's really saddening that this is a culture we live in now. I'm not saying me as in I'm the only one. If you're in a position of power or recognition, you will be poached like an elephant. And he continued to say in this last part of the rant, you meet someone nice, take them to dinner, have a great conversation, and ask, hey, smile. I'm like, what's that? Snapchat? Nobody broke my heart. I'm feeling for these young rookies and young athletes everywhere who have to deal with this. And he's right in everything he was saying, and so were you. It's an unfair balance with these type of Snapchat, social media problems that continuously go on. This isn't going to stop.
No.
This is the beginning.
Well, yeah,
this is going to become a regular thing because of things like Snapchat, because it's so easy to just go take a picture next to your sleeping whatever, boyfriend, one-night stand, husband, doesn't even matter at this point. That's going to happen. But I was saying, as a somewhat of like a joke or like a throwaway that could maybe make it better, right? Would be have those like the happily married couples do it. Of famous status, Justin Verlander and Kate Upton is the example I was using before the show. It could go Steph and Aisha Curry.
Yeah, that'd be funny. I think that is a smart idea to throw us. And by the way, to go back as well, is like, I'm not saying that these men here also are victims. Like, you do run the risk of, if you have a one-night stand or anything else, to leave yourself susceptible to that. That role that was highlighted there is a good one. People need to be aware that you may meet someone who is nice. And by the way, both genders probably do it. I just haven't seen any real examples of men going out and trying to extort women.
Yeah, because what you're not going to see is Ezekiel Elliott being like, just banged secretary to the accountant of the finance firm down the road.
I know how you're going to take that. I meant the other way. You don't usually see someone like just fuck Ronda Rousey, because she'd probably beat the shit out of you. But either way, like, so, and when it comes to the guys that are involved in this, Edelman and Ezekiel Elliott and everyone else that's been involved, is like, now they're the example that you need to be aware of this, that if you are going to go and partake in one-night stands or anything else, need to be aware that you shouldn't sleep over, that you should make sure that there's no phones in sight, because it is a harsh reality of today, that there is people trying to extort. Yeah, and it's frustrating. I think we need more coverage on the fact that not only, because the coverage that this is somewhat funny that I've seen some people do, and some people covering it in a lighthearted note, it's just like, you get caught sleeping again. It's just going to make more people think that it's okay to do it. And more people think that, I'm just going to stay with Snapchat.
Just don't sleep. Who needs that?
Who needs sleep?
Comment below with what you think about what are we calling this? And we're not adding a
Snapgate.
gate to it. I'm going to kill you. I just read a great thing on Reddit's Instagram.
Fapgate. That
just said, literally it just said, the best part of the Panama Papers is it didn't have a gate at the end of it.
You mean Panama
Gate? You want to...
I only heard it as Panama. I'm only joking. You Americans caused this, Jason. You caused this.